Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's final qualifying session for 2024. It is time for the Canadian Grand Prix here for Race of Champions in GT4. The green light is out right now and qualifying gets underway here today. Here we go. It's finally time to see who's going to take the final pole position of the year. The drivers scatter out onto the main circuit. 15 minutes of qualifying ready to go out here as the drivers now head on to the circuit. We are live here at Mosport. What a beautiful circuit it was. Hosted many genres of racing, including Formula One. But this track has never changed one bit. A beautiful scenic overview of the circuit, looking at the mountains and the trees and the forest as all the drivers now going to be entering into that Mario Andretti straightaway. And the driver that's going to be leading us off is this man, Mike Van Dorn, 5 points behind the championship leader, Luca Andretti, that is. So he's going to have a lot of work to do to try to catch back up now here in this championship. Lots of work to do, but it's not impossible, that's for sure. Qualifying is going to be looked at very closely in this championship, especially with track limits. But nonetheless, though, Mike Van Dorn, actually, he's going to take it into the grass. Not the most optimal way to enter into the final sector. You want to have your tires as clean as possible as we head into this lap here. So here comes Mike Van Dorn now as he comes across the start-finish line. We're going to take a tour around this famous circuit of Mosport. Turn 1. Heading into the right-hander here. A little bit of a dab of the brake and then right back on the loud pedal. Next turn here into the left-hander downhill section. You want to be hugging the inside as much as possible. Try to avoid track limits. Does so very well. Now into Quebec. Right-hander. It's a bit of a break. It's kind of sharp on entry and then opens up on exit. You want to get on throttle as soon as possible. Now heading down the hill here, and we're heading into Moss here. The double right-hander, the slowest section of the circuit. Slowing down your car all the way to a crawling pace here as we go on to driver's eye. Up in the 4th gear, 5th gear as we head into Mario Andretti straightaway as the track now goes up and down over the hilly section of the circuit in the BMW M4. There he goes. Van Dorn now, couple corners to navigate for him. Into the Assets now. Shifting down a gear. And then you just want to keep the high revs around here for the left-hander now as it starts to slow down your car here around the final corner now. Slowest part of this Asset section, but Van Dorn is going to complete this lap and put up a time of a 1:22.171. Andretti, however, will take provisional pole with a 1:21.668. Andy Rees is going to take down Van Dorn's time as well in the Mercedes of a 1:22.146 on board with Luca Andretti. He's pushing very fast around here. The two BMWs looking very quick as they're at the front of the queue here in qualifying. Krogsgaard with a time of a 1:22.928. It's BMW, Mercedes, BMW, Mercedes, BMW. The two McLarens of Lentz this year and Martin Webster are just down in 6th and 7th. But Rup Narayan in the Ford is going to take them down. I just saw purple for Luca Andretti, but it's been taken away by the Mercedes of Andy Rees. Look at that beautiful turn in from the Mercedes driver there. So as they head on to the back straight, looks like Van Dorn is going to let go. Does not want to give any sort of slipstream to Luca Andretti on this lap. But Andy Rees looking very quick out there. Couple of drivers as they enter onto the back straight. But Luca Andretti 2.5 tenths up as he enters the Assets. Couple corners to navigate for Andretti. The Swiss Superman has just one corner now to navigate. And he's going to come around the final corner here. Racing to the line. Comes across it. It's a 1:21.380. Andy Rees cannot improve to go provisional pole, but it's a 1:21.904. Krogsgaard takes down Van Dorn's time. Mike needs to put down a faster lap time to get up there. Currently, it's Andretti who takes pole position. 10 minutes, 23 seconds left to go. And still, lots of time to break into these tires, get the tire wear going, get your groove here in qualifying and just put some laps down this time around. It's not the quickest for Luca Andretti, but Andy Rees has found some pace here in this oh, he spins it! Runs it! Can he save it? Yes, he can! Slides the car, but gets it going. Good save there. Nonetheless, though, Andy Rees was purple in the first sector with a 29.2. So, he's found some pace, but probably wrecked those tires now. Luca Andretti, however, has found purple in the second sector. 27.7 in for him, and he's flying on this lap. He was slower in the first sector, so if he does improve, it may not be that big of an improvement. Nonetheless, though, here comes Luca Andretti around the final corner here, onto the final curb, across the line. Now it's improvement. It's a 1:21.349. Now Van Dorn takes down Krogsgaard's time. It's like they're racing out here, the way they're driving. A little bit of track limits there from Van Dorn on the outside, as well as Andy Rees. They're going off the track there, but Luca Andretti found purple in the first two, in the final two sectors, but the first sector, he was a 10th off, so possibly he can get a 21.2 nailed down in for his time. And take a look at that personal improvement there. 29.3, he's a 10th off, and actually he's gonna pull over. He's gonna take that car to the pits, probably running out of fuel. But here comes Andy Rees, once again purple in the first sector. You gotta imagine, he just needs to nail it down, but once again, a little bit of a slide on corner exit will slow down his momentum in the Mercedes as he enters the Andretti straight away under the WeatherTech sign. 8 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in this qualifying session. Andy Rees is going to need a very good qualifying. Oh, an 8/10 actually. Down in the middle sector. Doesn't even look like that. But, oh no, he's going very wide now through the Assetto, so he's lost a heap of time. Meanwhile, Mike Van Dorn looks like he had entered pit lane and has now come back out. Meanwhile, here comes Andy Rees. May not be a lap time to write home about. And no, it is not. It's a 22.475 for him. Krogsgaard, however, he's going to come across the line. No improvement as well for him. He found some personal improvement in the middle sector. On board with Krogsgaard as he enters into Quebec. Left-hander here. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream, the last stream of 2024. 2025 is going to be a banger. You do not want to miss it. But qualifying is still underway and will be ending very, very soon. Don't you worry about it. So Luca Andretti finds purple in the third sector, but it was his outlap. But now he's going to come flying here. Here we go. First lap now on some fresh new tires. Low fuel once again. Heads into the downhill section. Left-hander has a little bit of dirty air from Andrew Rupner-Wright. But he continues on. He looks good. We're going to grab the names there so you can see who is who on the track. If this is your first time watching the stream, hit that subscribe button. But if you need a little bit of proof on why you should subscribe to CMRSC, just wait till the racing action because it is always fantastic to watch. 9 drivers enter the fray, but only one can call himself the winner. And for today, one can call himself champion. Luca Andretti, green, and actually turned into purple there, so he actually was overall fastest in that sector. Looking very quick is Luca Andretti, losing just a tad bit of time in the middle sector. Not his personal improvement, no purples, but he is still quicker in the BMW M4 GT4 G82. Now into the penultimate corner, straight into the final corner. Luca Andretti, the Swiss Superman, hugs over the final bit of curbing, races to the line, comes across the line, and it's improvement. It's a 1:21.172. Now enters the ones out here as Van Dorn puts in a time of a 1:21.702, and it's on the front row here. An overall very good lap, but they are miles behind Luca Andretti. Luca found perfect pace. His setup is absolutely perfect on track. And just under the time there in the first sector. Meanwhile, Van Dorn, 3/10 off in the first. And you watch Krogsgaard here entering into the final section here. He's actually slowed down a lot, so we're not going to see a personal improvement this time around. Here comes Andy Rees, though, coming across the first sector. Again, a 10th. Up in the first sector, over a 10th. Needs to nail Moss. Back on the throttle here. Looked very good. Possibly could have used a bit more throttle through Moss. He was very slow around it. Meanwhile, Andretta quicker now. A 10th up. And the track is ramping up here. Luke Andretta around the final corner here. Runs a little bit wide off the track. But comes across the line nonetheless. It's not improvement. That was the one thing that costed him his time. Andy Rees now through the middle and the middle sector there. Found some great improvement. Could potentially take down Van Dorn's time on the front row. We're going to see what can the Mercedes do. And he can take down it. That's what he will do. It's a 1:21.447. Trek continues to ramp up. And Andy Rees is improving. Trouble for two drivers on track. That is Rupner Ryan through Moss. So he is just out the way. He is in Moss over here. They can see him. Puts down the power. And he is on his way. So Luke Andretta enters pit lane now. Last bit of setup tweaks. Possibly, or maybe is entering the pits. That's the best he can do. Through Moss. Once again, does not put in throttle in the middle section of that turn. Is that what's putting him down? That's what you gotta wonder here. But nonetheless, now enters the Mario Andretti straightaway. And Andy Rees now, of course, in this title battle, but is a bit behind. How behind, you may ask? Let's take a look at the standings. Luke Andretta enters today's race with 66 points. Mike Van Dorn with 61. Andy Rees, however, with 56. He is 10 points behind, but with double points. This is going to bring him right back in, but he's going to need a little bit of luck on his side if he wants to take this title. Martin Webster should be finishing in a strong 4th place in this championship with the likes of Cody Lawrence. Unfortunately, we've not seen him for such a long time now. Hopefully, we'll see him in the future, especially for next year. Now, here we go. Another lap now for this man, Andy Rees, who is once again always going quickest in the first sector. Just gets it nailed down. The first sector is all him, and you got to keep an eye out on that for the race. Also, apologies for the flickering. I am not too sure. I think that's just a mod issue. But there you go. Once again, this time, however, it's a 10th and a half up on his time. Now entering Moss. Take a look at the top left. You're going to see his throttle input. A little bit of throttle here. There you see me slowly trailing the throttle in through Moss. A little bit of a slide on exit, but that's not going to lose him any time whatsoever. Now onto the back straight. Now the last thing he needs to navigate here and nail down is the exits. That's the only thing that's holding him down here. Let's go. 57.2 to be in the second sector. 2/10 down. Now you gotta think, what did Andretta do in the middle sector? He did a 27.7, and Andy Rees cannot find any pace in the middle, so he needs to nail it down in the third. He's not quick, Andretta, around the third sector, so there's still chance for him to improve. Here comes Andy Rees across the line now, and 4/10 down, so he's lost 2 more tenths there. 24.197 against a 24.0, so 2/10 to find in that final sector. But we are entering the final minute here in qualifying, and looks like Andretta has really called it quits here in this qualifying session. He's satisfied with his lap time as Van Dorn hops over the curb, a little bit too aggressive on the curbing. But now Van Dorn comes across the line. He needs the front row especially. Andy Rees is 10 points behind. Van Dorn is 5 points behind. Van Dorn is really the fan favorite. And take a look at this. Almost 2/10 up. Andy Rees is even quicker in the middle sector. And taking a look at his delta, this time actually, he's 2/10 up. Ladies and gentlemen, this could potentially be a very good time from him. 2/10 up in the middle sector. You see improvement in the middle. Andy Rees and the Mercedes needs to nail down the assets. Oh, he's gone wide, a little bit wide. Can he recover it? 2 corners to go for Andy Rees. Can he nail down a pole position here in this qualifying session? Around the final corner, across the line. No, it's 3/10. He did lose out. He went way too wide. Has one more opportunity at it. Van Doren is going to call it quits in this qualifying session. Checkered flag is out. Incredible! Andy Rees may have just thrown away that pole position by going way too wide at the entrance after the back straight. But one more chance. Is this clutch time, Andy? We're gonna find out first sector for him. It's not as quick as his original time, but he can still take down pole position. This could be his. Bit more throttle, using the brake to navigate the rear end to slide a bit more on corner exit. Now, 57.210 to beat. We're gonna find out now. No. Is he gonna do it? Will he do it? Middle sector. And he's matched Andretti. Just faster by 2/1000ths. 1 exit bit to go, and oh, it's even more wide. That's it. Cannot complete it. Once again, too hot into the exit. Will not be able to challenge for pole position. Here comes Andrew Ruben, the Rhino, however, comes across the line, stays P7. That's qualifying. Andy Rees has pace, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the pace to take this one. But it's Luke Andretti who takes pole position with a 1:21.172 in the final qualifying session of the year.